Welcome, YouTube, to my first fucking album review, right? I thought I'd start in a really appropriate place on the album as well, because this is a really kind of seminal part. It's a really nice kind of transition point. This album is by Fredric Thedendal's Special Defects. It is called Soul Niger Within. It was released in 1996. Fredric Thedendal, for those who don't know, is the lead guitarist in Meshuggah. Hugely technical, and I gotta say, this guitar solo right here is some of his best work, I think. He made this album along with a couple of other people. Mats Agren, I think, worked on this, but the drummer Morgan Agren definitely worked on it. And this was a really kind of, I don't know, this was a seminal album for them because they're really known for this kind of thing. They're really technical as well, which is really fucking amazing. The whole album encompasses so many different sounds. It is unreal. I found out about this album about, let me think, this must have been about 8 months ago or something, and I've heard it through on YouTube a couple of times in bits and stuff, but it's only been the past about, I don't know, a month or so where I've actually been able to download and get it into a music player and really listen the shit out of it. And it encompasses so many sounds. There are many guitar solos, not all the same guitar sound. Thedendal plays around with his guitar sounds a lot. He's got a bunch of different signature ones on this one. This album, he uses a 7-string as opposed to his 8-string guitar, which he's used on quite a few of Meshuggah's later albums. But yeah, he's still using 7-string here, and it's just wow. You know, if ever there was a fucking John Petrucci of you know, jazz, metal fusion, whatever you want to call it, Thedendal is Petrucci. You know, fine, he's Swedish, but whatever, I don't know. But yeah, there is that kind of thing. The drums in this are insanely complicated. There's so many polyrhythms in this whole thing. There's a bunch of polyrhythms all over the instruments. Morgan Agren is a madman behind a kit. I don't even know where he comes up with all of his ideas. It's really something to just sit down there and just try and break down the drums and just see where he was coming, you know, sound-wise, musically, you know, it's fucking, it's nuts. The vocals, Thedendal did the vocals, I'm pretty sure. He's got a range of screams and odd devilish growls. There's points in the first movement, if you will, where the opening sound you hear from Thedendal's voice is like a scream, but he's being choked, as if he's fighting for his life. It's nuts. I would not be surprised if there was rumors going around that he choked himself for those noises. He has that devilish scream going on, and there are some spoken word parts as well, which are really freaky. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't looked up the lyrics, I'm not a lyrical person, but the concept of the album is one of those really out there, really trippy, deep, universal, religious thing. I don't get it, but the lyrical concept of the album is really deep. So for all of you concept fans, there's something in there for you to go and research. From start to finish, there's one main full sort of phase going on, one or two. You could say there's three, I don't know. But the first main phase plays around with ideas in a 6/8 feel, and then he plays around with different polyrhythms and things like that. And that's pretty mad. But I like the transition. You will love the transition. I started recording straight after the transition, just as to not to ruin it, kind of thing. And it, wow, you know, if you think about it, you know, like once you pick up the album and you listen through to it and you hear where I got in, you'll never really think, oh, they link together, until you hear it. You have to hear this whole album in its entirety. There's even an organ in it. There's an organ, right? And that's pretty nuts. There's a saxophone solo where it imitates the guitar solo from before near the end, which is really, it's something, man. You know, it's saxophone. I was talking about this with my tutor in college. Saxophones in prog are very, very underappreciated, and I think they should be used a lot more. And I'll try. Once I get my shit going, I'll try and get saxophones going on. You wait. But yeah, this album is real. Well, you have to sit down and listen. You can't passively listen to this thing. This is a fucking prog metal 101, man. It is just, it's a real opus of an album. You will come out of it changed, I can promise you. Anyway, enjoy the rest of your days, evenings, afternoons, whatever. Please get this album if you are a prog metal fan. I urge you. Yeah, I'll be swiftly recording some more from my huge collection. If you guys have any suggestions for albums you want me to review, let me know. You know all the routes to contact me. And yeah, I shall see you guys soon, YouTube. Power to the metal.